this. Vampires. Vampires. That's a picture of a vampire. Vampires live forever and like drinking human blood. I saw Harry asked if I believe in ghosts. I don't. I don't think I believe in ghosts. And I definitely don't believe in vampires. But in English, there was a book called Twilight about 20 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. And it was all about vampires. So, for a time, vampires and stories about vampires were very popular in the US. Do you know what else vampires have? They have fangs or two really long front teeth. And so do snakes. So, that is a picture of fangs, two front teeth that are really long. I hope nobody in the chat is scared of snakes because that picture might frighten you. But hey, it's Halloween. Sometimes you are supposed to be scared or frightened on Halloween. I don't like snakes. Please let me know in the chat. Do you like snakes? A couple weeks ago, this is true. There was a snake in my classroom. There was a snake. We call it a garter snake. A garter snake. It's a little green snake. He was about that big. Green, little garter snake. It might bite you, but it's not poisonous. The bite might hurt a little bit, but that's it. So when somebody opened the door to my classroom to leave, the snake was curled up. And I started to freak out. Somebody said, "There's a snake in your classroom." And I didn't yell, but I was like, oh no, oh no. And one of the girls in my class, she is great. She said, "Oh, I'll take care of it." She had no fear of snakes. She picked up the snake. My room is really close to an outside door. So she picked up the snake, put him on the grass, and everybody went to class. It was all over in about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. And she was my hero that day. Most days my hero is Bob the Canadian, but that day it was my student. Okay, VS does not like snakes. Let's just put the snake back up here. Just so some people will remember that's a bad picture. Oh, sorry. Bad picture. Hey, hats off to you, sir. I'm from Pakistan. That is so cool. I was just having a conversation with another one of my students just yesterday, and we were talking about the top 3 countries we want to visit. And I said, Italy, Brazil, number 3, Pakistan. Yep. I would like to visit Islamabad. I would like to visit Lahore, and I would like to visit the mountains. Yeah. Pakistan. I would love to do an English lesson in Pakistan one day. That is a dream of mine. Noriko. I don't like snakes, but I'm not afraid of them. Just creepy. That is a good adjective. Creepy. Just might make you shiver a little bit. I'm kind of shivering now. My body is doing little shakes. Oof. Gives you the heebie-jeebies. We might say that in English. If something is creepy, it gives you the heebie-jeebies. Absolutely not. Hate snakes. Aaron, he said. I agree. Yulia, not a snake fan. Ooh. Do you have anacondas in Chile? I know there are a lot of rainforests in South America. What says Freddie says, in order not to be bitten from a vampire, you should have garlic. That's what I've heard. Have garlic. Hey, just because Freddie said garlics, I'm going to explain that we never, never use the plural for garlic, which is weird. Garlics. We never say that. It's just garlic. One garlic, two garlics. No, we would say 2 cloves of garlic. It's weird, huh? I never thought of that until I saw Freddie's response. Just like hair, even though I'm losing my hair, sadly. We very rarely say hairs. Very rarely. Maybe strands of hair, pieces of hair, but a single strand of hair. Hopefully that helps. It's not English Halloween, but will I celebrate? We need to get back to the lesson, don't we? The chat has been so fun today, though. I might celebrate Halloween. Both of my children are so old that they are not going to dress up for Halloween, I don't think. And this year, Halloween is on a Monday, right at the beginning of the week. So I don't think I will celebrate Halloween. Jamie and I, my wife, Jamie and I need to talk. Will we pass out or give out candy? I don't know. I don't know yet. Freddie says he cannot stand snakes. Jeez. Mahmoud, do you think that Halloween is just another manipulation to make people spend their hard-earned money on junk? I maybe, but little kids love it. Little kids love Halloween. My kids loved Halloween when they were young. So maybe Halloween isn't as bad as some other holidays, like Valentine's Day. Yeah. Mahmoud, sometimes I forget. That's why I set the timer. I didn't want to forget to turn back on everybody chat. All right. The chat is popping today. James Baldock. I know that guy. How are you? Former student. Mahdi, Saudi Arabia is in the house. Oh, Manuel is late. I'm so sorry. All right, but you're here now. Welcome. All right. Yeah. If you want, I agree. Yeah. That's very scary. War zones. Yeah. Sad stuff. Natalia, how did you know I'm going to be talking about pumpkin pie? Let's get back to the lesson. We just talked about fangs, and everybody said that they loved snakes. So maybe I should get rid of that picture. No, I think most people said they hate snakes, right? Let me get rid of that picture. The next one. This is from Impulse Imp. He left this question earlier, and he said, "Hey, Brent, is it difficult to carve Halloween pumpkins?" So that first question, I want to introduce, hang on a second. Audie the Tie dropped a super chat. Thank you so much, Audie. Audie is also a gold member. Audie is awesome. Thank you so much. Have a little something for you. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Audie the Tie, thank you. Thank you so much. I talk to Audie the Tie almost every day. In Volley, I see a video from him. Thank you so much, Audie. So Impulse Imp was asking, is it difficult to carve Halloween pumpkins? My answer is yes. You need a really sharp knife to carve a pumpkin. I have never cut myself carving a pumpkin, but usually what I do is I take newspaper and I spread it out on the table, because carving a pumpkin can get really messy. So I get my sharp knife and I cut around the top and I pull off the stem. Lots of English vocabulary there. I pull off the stem. I reach in and pull out all of the guts. The inside of the pumpkin we might call guts. Now, there are some seeds. There are some seeds inside the pumpkin. So I have a little sentence for you. Jack-o'-lanterns are what some native English speakers call carved pumpkins. So if you see the little emoji that you can write that has a pumpkin, a carved pumpkin, you might hear it called jack-o'-lantern. Maybe. Some people just say, hey, do you want to carve a pumpkin? Or you might hear, hey, do you want to make a jack-o'-lantern? We say both terms. One of the hardest things about carving a pumpkin is scooping out the pumpkin seeds. I thought scooping out might be a new English phrasal verb for you. When you scoop something out, kind of like you take a spoon or maybe your hand like this, you reach in and pull something out. Lots of English phrasal verbs there. So you could scoop out seeds and guts from a pumpkin, or my favorite thing to do, scoop out ice cream from its container. Ice cream. It's getting a little cold though for ice cream. But in the summer, I love scooping out ice cream and putting it on a cone. After carving a pumpkin, I will often dry the seeds on a paper towel, salt them, and toast them in the oven. They are delicious. So when my children were smaller and we were carving pumpkins, I would often take the seeds, let them dry out on a paper towel, more English phrasal verbs, dry out on a paper towel, and then salt them, put some salt on them, put them in the oven, and toast them. And then after, eat them. They were delicious. They were delicious. Let's check. There's a new member in the house. Roger, welcome. I think Roger's been a member before, right? So if you are a silver member, check that Discord server. If you need a link, let me know. If you are a gold member, join us on Volley. If you need a link, let me know. After the chat, I will check and give you the link if you need a link. Okay. Hey, pumpkin pie, Constantine. It's coming up. Rogers, I got a little something for you. New member. Make sure you check the members tab for the Discord, the members chat, and the bonus videos. Yeah, so lately I've been putting a few bonus videos together for members. So check that out. Talked about fixing a pipe in my yard. Natalia, I need to respond to Natalia later today for a members video. So Roger, thank you. Look forward to getting to know you. Welcome. All right, what were we talking about? Hello, everyone. Roger's in the house. All right. Oh, really? At Christmas, you eat pumpkin with sugar. That sounds good. Anything with sugar sounds good. Mahmood, I think Christmas is better than Halloween. What do you think? Yeah, Christmas is always weird for me on this channel. I know that so many people around the world don't celebrate Christmas. So I don't know. Maybe we will do a Christmas episode, maybe not. But I have more family traditions when it comes to Christmas than I do Halloween. But I think both can be fun. Pumpkin pie. Good question, Madi. I thought pumpkin is the same as squash. Ooh. This is confusing because a pumpkin is a type of squash. So squash can be a couple different vegetables. So pumpkin is a type of squash. But at least in English, We have many types of squash. There's summer squash. There's something just simply called squash. It's orange like a pumpkin, but doesn't taste like a pumpkin. Also, we have something called yams, which are also orange, but sometimes they're called sweet potatoes. Maybe I need to do an English lesson all about vegetables. Maybe. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Let's see. Did you ever trick or treat with Jamie? Okay. So one time we went to a friend's Halloween party and we dressed up. Adults in the United States don't go trick or treating if they don't have children, really. At about 13 or 14, people usually stop trick or treating, but we did dress up. I was Darth Vader from Star Wars. I can't remember what Jamie was, but one year before we had children, we did go to an adult Halloween party where all of our friends dressed up. Yeah, that was fun. Maybe we'll go to another one sometime soon. I don't know. All right, back to the lesson. I think we still have. Oh, what time do children start going from house to house saying trick or treat? So Imp said house to house. That is the same as door to door. We will use both terms. What time? It's usually when the sun goes down. So where I live, this time of year, right around 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30 in the evening, children will start to go door to door or house to house trick or treating. And his final question was, do I like Halloween? I could take it or leave it. If you don't really care too much about something, you can say, I could take it or leave it. I could take it or leave it. Halloween, it's not my favorite holiday. It's fine. I like to get discounted candy after Halloween. So if candy doesn't sell in a store after Halloween, the store will usually bring the price down. They will discount the price. So sometimes you might be able to get discounted Halloween candy for 50% off. So I like candy. So that part of Halloween I like, but I don't like being scared. So I could take it or leave it. I could take it or leave it. All right, let's make this a little bigger because we have another question. Sergey wants to know, do you usually make a pumpkin pie? If the answer is yes, what is the best recipe? And of course, Nori said, please talk about this. And also Yulia right at the bottom. Yes, yes, +1 with a little jack-o'-lantern emoji. So of course, I felt I really need to talk about pumpkin pie, don't I? Pumpkin pie. Now, be careful. Most Americans that I know will not eat pumpkin pie for Halloween. We will eat pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, which is usually about 3 weeks after Halloween. So we have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Black Friday, we have Christmas, we have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Some Americans will celebrate Hanukkah if they're Jewish. Hanukkah is right in the holiday season. Lots of holidays from the end of October to the beginning of January. We call that holiday season. So a lot of Americans will have pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, not so much for Halloween. So let's talk about pumpkin pie. There is a picture of pumpkin pie right there. Doesn't it look delicious? It is super orange. It has some white stuff on the top and some crust. So let's talk about some of the ways you would make pumpkin pie. Hopefully my internet connection is good because I just got an alert. Oh no. I saw that breaking up. Okay, maybe we're back. That happened last time, right? Let's keep rolling with the with the lesson just in case my internet goes out. It's back now. Sorry about that. But most people, in fact, I don't know how to make pumpkin pie from real pumpkin. I think most Americans will get what's called canned pumpkin. Canned pumpkin. It's pumpkin that comes in a can. No seeds, just pumpkin, and probably a lot of sugar, something like that. Phew, I'm back. Thank you. But you also will need a crust. A crust. And let's talk about what a crust is. You can see the picture, and that helps. But just in case you're listening to the podcast, a pie's crust is the outer hard part of a pie, the shell of a pie, kind of like dough. So almost like bread before it's baked, that's the crust. Again, if you can see the picture, then of course you have this in your language. Oh, I know that. That's the crust. Okay. But for podcast people, the crust is the outer hard part of the pie. It's almost like the dough, the bread. Then you bake it. And then you might top it with whipped cream. Many Americans will top two typos. Two typos. Better. Many Americans will top their pumpkin pie with whipped cream. And if you can't see that picture, podcast people, whipped cream is the white stuff on top of a pumpkin pie. You can also eat a little vanilla ice cream with your pumpkin pie. Oh, good. Vanilla ice cream or whipped cream with your pumpkin pie. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next one here. Noriko. I think she's still in the chat. But she asked a question earlier. And she was wondering a couple things. She loves Halloween, by the way. And she loves the movie Coco. But she was wondering, what is the origin of Halloween? How did Halloween start? Where did it come from? Okay, I have a couple banners for you here. Halloween probably started 2,000 years ago by the Celtic people. Celtic people. You can see it written there. It's pronounced Celtic people. Who are the Celtic people? Well, when I think of Celtic people, I think of Ireland, that country that's not too far from England, Ireland. So apparently, Halloween started around 2,000